Thank you, Neelam. Hi everyone. Thank you, Neelam, for letting me into the studio. And namaskar, friends, and good evening. Literally a warm good evening from India, because most of the places in India, like my city, Hyderabad, they are reeling under the scorching summer heat. Yes, it's summertime in India. So let's beat the summer heat with some sizzling poetry this evening. I'm Padmaja Iyengar Paddy, the anchor and moderator for the 6th International Poetry Meet, facilitated and hosted by my dear friend, Neelam Saxena. She's a prolific poet, novelist, and short story writer, as you all know. I'd like to commence this evening's International Poetry Meet with these 4 lines from a poem of mine titled Poetry of the Heart. Much like the scenario of a pleasant dream, poetry shimmers like a cascading stream when thoughts and feelings poetically unite to weave a seamless tapestry of day and night.
Wow,
a warm welcome to all. Thank you. A warm welcome to all those friends who have joined this meet online to hear our poetry and to support and encourage us with their insightful feedback on the poems that are read here. Dear friends, let's all cheer and welcome, as I always call her, the Karta Dharta and the organizer and facilitator of this meet, and my dear friend Neelam Saxena. And as I often say, though she really doesn't need any introduction, I'll still love fulfilling this pleasant duty, pleasant formality by reading a few words from her very impressive bio. Neelam Saxena Chandra from Pune, Maharashtra, India, a bilingual author in English and Hindi, has to her credit 5 novels, 1 novella, 6 short story collections, 32 poetry collections, and 14 children's books. More than 1,500 of her poems and stories have been published in various journals, anthologies, and magazines. She is featured in the Limca Book of Records 2015 as the author with the highest number of publications in a year in English and Hindi. Neelam is a recipient of several international and national awards. She was listed in Forbes as one of the most popular 78 authors in the year 2014. An engineering graduate from VNIT Nagpur, she is a senior bureaucrat serving the Indian Railways. Welcome, Neelam.
Thank you so much.
Good to be here again with you, and thank you for having me. So, how's Pune treating you in the heat?
It's not so hot, but we are reeling under COVID.
Less said the better about COVID, because there's so much already being said.
Yes.
But I feel a sudden cool breeze blowing in, Neelam. No wonder, because I'm now had the great pleasure of welcoming our next guest and a dear friend, Rolf Doppenberg, all the way from Switzerland, from the cool climes of Switzerland. And here are a few lines in his introduction. Hi, Rolf. Rolf Doppenberg, coming from the French-speaking part of Switzerland, is a nomadic writer. His writing explores groundwater territories. Each of his 7 published books is linked to the place where it was written, as in Greece, France, Germany, Morocco, Israel, and many more. A recension of one of his books has been published in Plus de la Sabon. Did I get it right?
Yes, it's okay.
Plus de la Sorbonne, the magazine for contemporary literature of the Université La Sorbonne in Paris. Rolf Doppenberg is regularly invited to international literary festivals, to name a few, in Geneva, Brussels, Namur, Safi in Morocco, Rehovec in Kosovo, and more recently, Vijayawada in India. He was invited twice to the writer's residency in Ame in Belgium. Hi, Rolf. Welcome to the 6th International Poetry Meet. You're lucky to be in Switzerland. Here in India, we are trying hard to beat the sweltering summer. So good to have you here, Rolf.
I'm very pleased.
Yes, please. You were saying something?
Yes, I'm very glad to be here. I thank you, Paddy. I thank you, Neelam, for this wonderful meeting. And it's impressive to hear that in India it's about 40 degrees, because here this morning it was about 5 degrees and now it's maybe 10 to 15 degrees. So it's quite another climatic situation. but poetry is above any kind of climate changes.
True. Very well said, Rolf. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm now immensely pleased to invite poet Sreetanwi Chakraborty. As she enters the StreamYard studio, here's her brief biography. Sreetanwi Chakraborty from Kolkata, West Bengal, India, is an assistant professor in Amity Institute of English Studies and Research, Amity University, Kolkata. She is the chief editor of a bilingual biannual journal, Lit Infinite, with multiple indexing of international repute and enlisting in 54 global libraries. She is a bilingual writer, published in national and international magazines and journals like Ek Din, Setu Mag, Daily Bharar Alok from Bangladesh, News India, Kochi Post, etc. Her book, The Sleeping Beauty Wakes Up, a feminist interpretation of fairy tales, received the Rising Star Non-Fiction Award in the Newtown Book Fair 2019. Her recent publications include Amara Takhan Preme Porbo. Did I get it right, Sreetanwi?
It's almost correct. Correct, you are.
Okay. Amra Takhan Preme Porbo. Will you remember? She was the Charuchandra Memorial Scholar for securing highest marks from Kolkata University in 2006. Hi Sreetanwi, welcome to the 6th International Poetry Meet. I think the climate there is anyway sizzling with the heat generated by all the campaigning, high octane election campaigning going on there.
Exactly. That is what I was saying, that, after this tiresome week that we had and all the polls and campaigning and everything going on, the scorching climate that we have here, what best can be other than poetry, that it's giving us the kind of relief. That is what I was saying. And I'm so happy to be here today. Thank you, Paddy. Thank you, Neelam ji, for inviting me to the show. Heartfelt thanks to both of you.
It's an honor to have you in our midst. Thank you for joining.
So much. Thank you.
Yeah. Neelam, you were saying something?
No. I was just welcoming Sreetanwi.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Our next poet guest is Shail Raghuvanshi, and as she enters the StreamYard studio, here are a few lines in introduction about her. Shail Raghuvanshi from Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India, is a freelance journalist, editor, poet, and artist. She has around 30 years of writing experience for newspapers, magazines, radio, television, and internet. She has been the cultural correspondent for India's first integrated media and entertainment company, the Plus Channel. Shail has worked with the Indian Express Chennai and has also taught communicative English in Kendriya Vidyalaya, Palakkad. She has written the course material for the postgraduate program in advertising and public relations for Madurai Kamaraj University. Her poems, short stories, and articles have been published over the years in leading magazines, journals, and ebooks. She believes hypocrisy to be the greatest enemy of mankind and untethered creativity to be the finest friend of the human race. Very well said, Shail. And a warm welcome to the 6th International Poetry Meet. And to all the friends who have joined us today at this poetry meet, you, Rolf, Sreetanwi, Shail, Neelam, a warm welcome to all of you. And also a warm welcome to those who are joining us online to view this poetry meet.
With the introduction, pleasure here.
Most welcome. With the introductions done, let's now commence the business session, that of poetry readings. As always, there'll be 2 rounds of poetry readings. In each round, the invited guests will read a poem and we'll discuss a little on your poem. Maybe I'll ask a question. The time constraints totally preclude the possibility of any long discussions. I'm so sorry about that. So please let's keep our responses very brief.
Can I interrupt you for a moment? Sure. I would like to introduce the moderator of the show, Paddy. So Padmaja Iyengar Paddy is currently literary coordinator India, ISISAR, Kolkata, and the editorial counselor India, International Writers Journal, USA. Her maiden poetry collection, Penchants, has been recognized as a unique record of excellence by the India Book of Records. A recipient of several awards, Paddy has compiled and edited 6 international multilingual poetry anthologies, of which Amravati Poetic Prism 2016 to 19 have been recognized by the Limca Book of Records as poetry anthology in most languages. Paddy's poems, articles, and short stories are published in several national and international print magazines, e-zines, and anthologies. So we welcome you, Paddy.
Thank you so much, Neelam, for that generous introduction. Thank you so much for having me. It's always an honor and pleasure to be joining your International Poetry Meet as a moderator and as a poet too. Thank you so much. So, without any further ado, shall we commence the first round of poetry reading? Yeah, Neelam, shall we start? So, I
Please.
invite Rolf Doppenberg from Switzerland, our guest all the way from Switzerland, to please read his first poem. Over to you, Rolf.
Thank you, Paddy. The first poem I will read now, I wrote it in India, in Vijayawada. The title of the poem is At the Pupil of the Silence Passerby. Early in the morning in a street of Gandhi Nagar, Vijayawada. A white dog walks past 3 pilgrims in black. On their shoulders, all 3 bearing a dark cloth with a golden edge. On their forehead, white and red stains. One of them smiles at me. And here comes a black dog with a white forehead. A little further, at the foot of a tree, a woman in pastel yellow-green collects fine white blossoms in the red earth.
Nice.
Thank you.
That's thank you, Rolf. Yes. Wow, what a beautiful imagery of colors, you have created and showcased in your poem. Very interesting observations I could see. Very keen observations in your poem about men who are clad in black with white vibhuti. It's called the vibhuti, and red kumkum. Perhaps they are headed to Sabrimala. That's the time of year you came to India was the Sabrimala season, and they are the Ayyappa Bhaktas who were heading to Sabrimala. That's why they are clad in black. A black dog with a white forehead. I know that's again a very interesting, and a woman dressed in a pastel yellow-green sari, perhaps, picking up white blossoms and from the red earth. I think it's all a very beautiful imagery that you have painted of a morning in Vijayawada. Lovely one, lovely poem. You mentioned in your bio, Rolf, that each of your 7 published books is linked to a place where it was written, a place that you have visited. So are you in the process of writing on your experiences in Vijayawada? I remember you spent 9
Yes, actually, since I was in Vijayawada, thanks to your invitation, I have been writing about my experience in India. And actually, I'm finishing the manuscript now. And it's a very strong experience to write about an experience. So it is autobiographical, but there is a process of writing it in a way which is literary, which gives a new dimension to the experience. So the experience of writing enriches the experience that you live in India. So I'm very glad. I hope to find a good publisher for this book.
You will. Given your excellent writing, I'm sure you will. And best wishes for publishing the book soon. And we also hope to see you in India once again very soon. Once all this COVID and all this go away, we hope to have you again in India. I now
hope so
invite.
too.
Yes.
That
Yes,
was
Rolf?
lovely, Rolf. Lovely.
Thank you.
It was wonderful listening your poems. It was wonderful.
Yes, a different perspective.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Thank you so much, Rolf. Thank you. I now invite you, Neelam Saxena Chandra from Pune, Maharashtra, to please read your poem. Over to Neelam.
Thank you so much, Paddy. So the title of my poem is I can. Misfit, misfit, misfit. The words kept reverberating not only in her mind, but also in her heart. The echoes became so unbearable that she tightly closed the holes in her ears with her delicate fingers, and yet she could hear the whispers everywhere around her. Dejectedly, she sat down on the ground with her fingers still on her ears. Her heart was throbbing, her eyes were damp, her entire body trembled, and finally she fainted. When she woke up on the hospital bed, she felt that a second life has been bestowed upon her, and she began to rethink about her fear. She realized that society can threaten only till you let it. She realized that society can threaten only till you let it. She removed the needle of the saline from her veins and ran away without looking back. What she needed was not a doctor, but the healing energy that could come only from within. Sitting down cross-legged calmly on the ground, she shut her eyes and let herself drown in the golden energy that she could feel flowing from her head inside her entire body. She knew it was a long way to go, but the words that reverberated now were, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. Thank you.
Superb, superb, superb.
Wonderful, wonderful. Very
Very
motivating.
nice.
Strong
Very
voice.
nice. Very strong voice. Lovely poem.
Very
Thank
powerful.
you. Thank you so much.
She realized that the society can threaten only till you let it. I think very profound and meaningful line, Neelam. And also the line, I think I can. I believe that this poem, full of pathos initially, is about a woman's journey within of self-discovery and of self-assertion. Am I right, Neelam?
Yes, it
Did I
is.
get the poem right? Yeah. So please share the story or the anecdote behind this poem. There must have been some
Hmm.
trigger.
Yeah, it had to do something with a friend whose experiences were very different. And she was so fearful that she would always be trembling, like the girl in the poem. And then she discovered her internal energy, and then there was no looking back.
Wonderful.
Very
Very
strong.
inspiring. Very inspiring
Lovely, lovely,
story.
lovely.
I hope we have more women, who discover themselves this way. Thank you so much, Neelam. I invite Sreetanwi Chakraborty from Kolkata, India, to please read her poem. Over to you, Sreetanvi.
Thank you. I'm reading my poem now. It's called Follies Shall I Make? Love swings like a kite in the soft breeze, when like that, and then like that in the sky, cloudy, cloud ridden now, and just then sunlit in this Bhokata blue, in some other wind in the last days of the Bhadra, Ilish River in the days of clouds and kite, remember? The light banter and exchange of the eyes, traveling along the highway in a bus, whispering in the ears for a poetic slice. Kasam, I do not know what the future is all about. Even if I don't, come, let's feel the melodies of Gitanjali shall wake us up in the morn, while Lalan keeps us immersed in his songs in the night. No, no, even if we die, we shall resurrect, to draw green across the verdures of Bengal, shall call you the sweet 16 again. Follies shall I make, I shall again make follies, I shall make mistakes to beg pardon of you.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Very
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank
Very,
you so
very
much.
beautiful.
Thank
Very
you.
well written. Very well conceived. Uh, the melodies of Gitanjali shall wake us up in the morn, while Lalon keeps us immersed in his songs in the night. There's a distinct sense of nostalgia and yearning in your poem, Sri Tanvi. That's what I noticed. That has also effectively used some Bengali words that have
Hmm.
beautifully blended in your poem. Please share the trigger for this poem. What made you write this poem?
Actually, this poem I felt somewhere it's of course about the follies of falling in love. That is, of course, there. But at the same time, there is also a kind of distinction that we make in terms of reading the cityscapes and the rustic side of Bengal. So, if we are living in Bengal, it's also about that verdure, the greenery, which we usually don't get. So, if it's a kind of enclosed cityscape narrative that we are getting here, somehow this poem was about this relentless search for that wild, the wilderness, the verdure, the greenery which we are not getting here. The sky, the kite is there as an image, and so it's like a kind of letting go all those things. It's a kind of exit route and a contrast between the closeted city life that we have and of course the greenery all around in different parts of Bengal, of course, because I am a traveler and that's why it actually triggered that spirit.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And may you travel a lot more so that more such poems are triggered within you. Thank you,
Thank you
Sreetanwi.
so much. Thank you.
Beautiful poem. Beautiful.
Yeah, your words
Thank
resonate with each of us here, I'm sure, because there's a wandering spirit in each of the poets. Every
thank you
poet is
so
a
much.
wanderer in some
Of
way.
course, yes,
Definitely.
absolutely.
Yes, yes, very
La-
much so.
Last but not the least, I invite you, poet Shail Raghuvanshi from Chennai, India, to please read your poem. Over to you, Shail.
Yeah. Thank you, Paddy. I'm reading my first poem. It's called Chopping Away. Slicing vegetables like a meat seller in a crowded market, she let the knife cut deep, like a heart cleaved into two halves, one light red, one dark, revealing the shades of emotion like an actor on stage. Was it her, or was it someone who lived in an age forgotten, like a shooting star in a pitch black horizon? Was it her, or a dewdrop counting its time before it evaporated on the leaf it made home? Diced into little pieces, the vegetables lay shredded, transformed, spruced up, no longer their original bland selves. Hue, texture, form, a metamorphosis, taking up a new identity, like Cinderella on the ball night. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank
Wow,
Lovely
wonderful,
ending.
wonderful.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, quite a thought-provoking poem, I thought, because through the metaphor of vegetable cutting, you have explored the journey of an identity-seeking woman. A woman who is seeking her identity. Can you please share your thought process as you wrote this poem? Something must have triggered it.
Yes, definitely, Paddy. Actually, this happened last year when this the virus COVID thing was very much in action. Of course, it is even now. So
Sure.
I was busy chopping away vegetables, and which I do day in and day out. But it so happened
All
that it made me reflect a little more on life and how things can be. They needn't be pessimistic. They can become optimistic. So why not take this chopping of vegetables, a very mundane activity, to become something beautiful? That was the thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the vegetables are so colorful always. You take the carrot with the they're a very colorful.
Yeah.
So thank you for that wonderful poem, Shail. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I thank all the people, all the our friends who have joined us via Neelam's Facebook page and via Facebook, and who are encouraging us with their very lovely feedback on the poems that have been read. Thank you so much.
And now may I have the pleasure of inviting Padmaja, Iyengar, Paddy for rendering her first poem.
Thank you so much, Neelam, and thank you for this honor and opportunity. Jyoti Walia, thank you for joining. Great philosophy behind the poem Kitchen Chores. I mean, correlated with metamorphosis of human consciousness. That's for you, Shail. That's a lovely feedback.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you.
wonderful. So the title of my poem is 75, 25, 75. No, no, these are not vital statistics of any woman or man. So 75, 25, 75. This man with a job from 9 to 5 earned 100, saved 75, and spent on his small family of 5 his remaining salary of 25. Thus went on his straitjacketed life with its share of challenges and strife, but thanks to his ever supportive wife, his future seemed with possibilities rife. Children well educated left one by one in search of their own day under the sun. Thanks to parents, they had worries none. They were ready for the life's race to run. With all their responsibilities fulfilled, the man and wife were hugely thrilled. They now had lots of time to be killed, no worries of what they could be billed. They were required to spend 75 to remain from their age related illnesses alive. To remain from their age related illnesses alive with no job or pension of even 25 and children busy in their professional hive. This is often the case with the middle class that struggles in their initial years to cope with no opportunities to any wealth amass, and daily life often was a walk on tightrope. Thank you.
That was wonderful. That was wonderful.
Thank you.
Very
So, Paddy,
nice.
I would like to ask you a different question.
Sure.
While reading your bio, what struck me was that you have anthologies with maximum number of languages in one anthology. So, how did you manage to do this? Means like it seems like a very difficult task. So, how did you manage?
It was a challenging task. Thank you, Neelam, for asking that question. Very rarely people ask me about it. It was a, it all started with, trying to do, everybody is, compiling anthologies in English, in Hindi, in Marathi, and so many languages. So a thought struck me as to why not have a few languages in a particular anthology, a multilingual poetry anthology, because that would, bring languages and poetry from across the world into one single book. And in this, I found great support from the Mahalakshmi group, the Cultural Center of Vijayawada, who supported this activity all the way. And that's why it was possible. So it started in the first year with a modest, 142 poems in 19 languages. So that is how it started in 2015. Then slowly it's like like the Amar Deep, the infinite lamp which keeps one lamp lights the another. Likewise, one poet introduced another poet. I came to know Rolf, then Rolf introduced a few other poets. So Neelam introduced a few other poets. So this is how people kept joining this particular community of multilingual poets. And by the time it was 2019, there was a whopping 1,303 poems in 125 languages by over some 771 poets from 86 countries.
Wow.
I still
Wow.
remember the huge size of anthology that had come to my house. It was indeed a mammoth task, and I salute you.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a
And
language, always, I don't know, I'm very attracted to languages. I like to hear the sound of the languages because they sound like music to me, the languages. So thank you for asking this question. And with this, I think we conclude the first round of poetry reading. Shall we move over to the second round, Neelam?
yes, please.
Thank you. Thank you. So may I invite Sreetanwi Chakraborty to please read her poem. We've slightly changed the order to cut the monotony. So, we'll go in a
Thank you.
different order
So,
now.
yeah, so this time I'm going to be the first one, right? For the second round.
That's right. Yeah,
Okay. So I'll just be going with my second poem.
sure.
My second poem is named O Sylvan Goddess of Phagun, talking about the autumnal goddess, and O Sylvan Goddess of Phagun. Yesternight, the mute cuckoo in your bosom, in the cage of your frenzied bosom, came flying, wailed and gave up its life. Say, O Sylvan Goddess, it pined away and died for which blue sky? Why was it deprived of the melodious pages of the Phagun? It also yearned for the flashing, flooded moonlit night, in the eternal boughs, leaves, veins, studded with a green hue, in the mute lips, to get back the Panchami tunes, to preserve in its heart's core the past memories of the bud. It alighted to drown itself into the cloudy hues and polished red of the valleys of the warm bosom. Why didn't you infuse your song of the soil into its lips? Does this vanity suit you, O sylvan goddess? Didn't you stop the last leaves of the winter from withering? Yesternight, the earthly fullness of your bosom. Yesternight, in that immortal glance of yours. Yesternight, in your mango orchards. O sylvan goddess, it came to shower as a rain. You gave death to it instead of life. Dumb cuckoo, O mute bird, O that will not speak any more. What could happen if you could be heard?
That's
Very
wonderful.
Very,
beautiful. Very
very
beautiful.
nice.
Very, very
Thank
beautiful.
you.
As
Thank
I
you
said,
so
the way
much.
you blend Bengali with English, it's just amazing. I just love it. Just
Thank you. Thank you.
seamlessly blends. May I now request Rolf to please read his poem? Rolf Doppenberg from Switzerland.
Yes, thank you, Paddy. My second poem, I wrote it in France, in a valley in the French Alps in Upper Savoy. The village is called Saint-André de Boëge. The title of the poem is Clover. Nothing here, not a name, not a single one. Nothing here, just the vivid grass and the clover. Upstream of the name, the hoverfly in standstill, in sudden translation. Nothing here but the body of the valley, the late bee weighed down with pollen, and the blades of grass bathing in the breeze.
Very nice. Very nice.
Very beautiful. Rolf's poems are always short and sweet and very meaningful. Thank you so much, Rolf. That was
Wonderful
wonderful.
poem. Lovely.
Yeah, nothing but everything in it.
Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very well. Thank you, Rolf. That was a wonderful poem. I now request you, Shail Raghuvanshi, to please read your poem. Over to you, Shail.
Yes, Paddy, thank you. My last poem here in the second round it's called Sometimes. Sometimes I long for my slate to be clean once again, so that I can write what I may wish and desire, grown wiser with time, hurt, and toil. Sometimes I wish I could push my thoughts behind and start afresh, a new story, a new journey, taking the path that would lead me to salvation. Sometimes I want to pack up my lifetime of reflections and regrets in a castaway box and dump it in the sea of obscurity so that I dissolve myself of I, me, yours truly. Sometimes I just want to let go, paint the down red, pause to wonder, stop to ponder, and then melt into nothingness. Thank you.
Beautiful.
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 Beautiful,
Beautiful.
beautiful, beautiful. Very
Lovely
aspirational.
word.
All of us would love to do that. But, life keeps us going this way. Thank you so much, Shail, for that wonderful
Thank,
poem. Now
thank
it's
you,
over
Paddy.
to you, Neelam, to please read your poem.
Thank you. My second poem is titled Dreams. Panting breaths, aching legs, unclear vision, shivering body, hands struggling to hold the dangling rope, and yet the dream of conquering that lofty mountain peak makes the mountaineers carry on. Dreams are what define you and your existence. A person without dreams is already dead. And who likes corpses? I have filled up my eyes with infinite number of dreams, so that if one drops, I pick up the other. If another gets fulfilled, I jump on to the next. And my life moves on seamlessly with happiness dripping from my lips in the form of a beautiful smile. Thank you.
Lovely, lovely, beautiful.
Lovely. Very
Really
nice. Very nice.
brought on a smile on all of us. Thank you so much, Neelam, for that beautiful poem. Thank you so much.
Very motivating
Thanks.
as always.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. So now it's my turn, probably. I think all of you
Yeah.
have read, so it's my turn to read my poem. It's a poem. It's an extracted from a longish poem of mine. The title is "Some Memories." Some memories bring on a smile. Some memories trigger a bile. Some memories keep haunting. Some memories keep taunting. Some memories seem wrong. Some memories seem lifelong. Some memories we relive. Some memories we outlive. Most memories linger for a while and later become a part of the pile. My memories, a riot of color hues, are a reverie in which I fuse. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow.
It's a
Very
longish
good, very
poem.
good.
I've extracted a few stanzas from that here. Thank you so
Nice.
much. Thank you so
Very
much.
nice.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you
This
so
was
much.
really nice. Really
Thank you.
nice.
Thanks a lot. So, would any of you like to share any of your thoughts, anything here? Is there anything? We have got about 5 minutes more to go. Usually it's a 40-minute session.
Can I say
Mm,
something, Paddy?
Please
yes,
do.
please. After
Yeah.
that, I'll add my one. Right.
Yes. Firstly, I need to thank Neelam. Sharing the platform with her has always been an enlightening experience, whether now or the years before. So, thank you, Neelam. It was lovely being here. And Paddy, as usual, you do a splendid job of
Thank you.
uniting, putting all the threads together and making them one. So, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Rolf, it was lovely knowing you, getting introduced to your poetry. Thank you very much. Sreetanwi, I'm hearing you for the first time too. It was lovely, your kind of Bangla English poetry. Please continue, in writing up the whole world with your poetry. And
Thank
thank
you
you very
so much.
much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
It was a
you. Thank
pleasure being here.
Thank you. Thank
I would like to tell you all that Shail and I had co-authored a book, on a different
you.
kind of genre. We had written horror stories.
Oh, great,
Wonderful.
great.
That's great.
Really lovely. So, wonderful
That was,
collaboration. That's great
I think
collaboration.
that was in 2012 or something. I don't remember
14,
the
14.
exact
I
date.
think it was 14.
2014.
2014.
Okay,
Great.
2014.
I
Okay.
just I will just say something. Next time, if you plan something like this, I can share with you my own experiences. If it's about horror again, travel. So I can share with you my own experiences.
Sure, sure.
That would be
Sure,
lovely. That
sure.
would be lovely.
That would be good.
We'd
Definitely.
love to get horrified.
I know.
Of course, of
Horror
course.
is always a scary genre. I'm
I
very
was
scared of
also
horror.
I was also very glad to be with you. I had the impression of being somehow in India, although there are many thousand kilometers between Switzerland and India, but still hearing your voices, seeing your faces, listening to your poetry made me feel closer to India and to your wits, to your intelligence, and to your poetry. Thank you. Thank you to
Thank you,
all of
Rolf. It
you.
was lovely
Thank you,
listening to
Rolf.
your
Thank
poems.
you,
It
Rolf.
was
Yes.
Thank you
lovely listening
also.
to your
You know,
poems.
you have brought some cold, some chill, some kind of a nice calm feeling in this sweltering heat in India, because the name Switzerland spells some kind of a cool climate here. Thank you so much.
I
Over
think
to
I
you.
can switch off the air conditioner.
Yeah, I know. I know.
So over to you, Neelam, for your concluding remarks.
Well, I would like to state one of my four-liners. A circle of hugs, a give and take of love and affection. A circle of hugs, a give and take of love and affection. Keep it passing on, and on the earth a divine heaven shall be spun. You know what is divinity? It is just love. You should love human beings for being what we are without expecting any change from anybody, and the life and the world would be a beautiful place to live in. Thank you, Rolf, Sreetanwi, and Shail for joining us. Thank you so much,
Thank you
Padima,
so
for
much. It was a lovely session.
same,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
same, same.
Thank you all for regaling us with your poetry. All of you were wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a lovely poetry session. Thank you all, and thank you, Rolf, especially. Good night from India.
Yeah.
Good night to you.
Bye,
Good night
Have
to
a
bye,
you.
wonderful day there.
namaskar,
Good
Bye
night.
bye.
Bye
Bye,
bye. Bye
Sreetanwi.
bye.
Bye,
bye,
Neelam. Bye,
bye,
Paddy. Bye, Rolf.
bye.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a
Thank you.
lot.
Thank
Wonderful
you.
being. Good night.
Pleasure. Good night.